are doing a new campaign. We are playing Red Hand of Doom. Again. This time we'll do it right. But before I let Patrick take it away, in the doobly-doo down below, check out our sister shows and the Discord to the Heroes Wanted collective of shows, as well as our Extra Life link. But without further ado, take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everybody, to the first session of our new campaign. I will be playing all the NPCs, most of which will die. Joining me tonight are...
Hello, everyone. It's me, Lauren, playing Dr. Badmay Eisen, the newly minted Tiefling Artificer, starting back over at level 1. A few new tricks, a few little changes, and hopefully a little bit better.
Hi, everyone. My name's Chris, and I'll be playing, once again, Maximilian T. Justice, Dragonborn Paladin, who is always level 1, and he doesn't understand what this crazy scientist lady is talking about.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'll be playing Seymour Sunkissed, the Newsy Warlock. And today's top story, the Mandela effect is real. We're supposed to be in Diamond Lake. I guess I can't take it. It's too weird. Just send it to Greypaw. What do you mean there's no Greypaw? Oh, come on!
Bravo.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Molly Goldman, Socialist Cleric.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara and I am playing Chirrup, and I am surprised that there is so much faith that we will not screw this up for a second time. But let's see how we do.
And the setting for this adventure is the Elsir Vale, a thinly populated human frontier and its surrounding wilder lands. The scattered human towns and villages of the area grew up along the Dawn Way, which turned into the Iron Road, an important east-west trade road linking the heavily settled lands that lie northwest across the endless plains, with the exotic kingdoms and goods of the coastal lands lying to the southeast. Much of the Dawn Way was built by an ancient dwarf kingdom that spanned the Worm Smoke and Giant Shield mountains more than 1,000 years ago. And while the dwarves are long gone, their roads, bridges, and cisterns remain in use to this day. After their realm passed, the presence of various monsters and raiders kept traffic along the Dawnway light for many years. Few caravans dared the long and dangerous trek. And about 500 years ago, the nearby city of Rest came to control the Vale and a large swath of land north of the Giant Shield as well. They secured the roads all the way to Denevar and beyond, creating safe passage for trade. This kingdom, though, eventually collapsed under civil strife, monstrous incursions, and magical blights. Almost 200 years ago, the city of Rest was burned by a savage horde out of the Wormsmoke Mountains, and all the warriors of Restlore killed many of the goblins and their kind. The city was abandoned, and the already weakened kingdom broken. Rest fell into disrepair, and the Blackfen Swamp swallowed most of the ruined city. In the years since, the towns of Elsir Vale have come to look for themselves. Most of the local lords, such as Jarmath of Brindal, still hold titles derived from the old kingdom of Restalor. But while everybody knows that the kings of Restalor are long dead, no new realm has arisen in the Vale to take their place. And it is currently midsummer in the Vale, and in this region that means hot, dry weather. And we've already had a long, dry season of spring. So we find people in a time where they're just getting a little irritable with the heat. There's no wind, so all they ever see every day is a blazing sun burning a hole in the sky. And in the small village, to be charitable, of Neiman Gap, which is surrounded by orchards where pears and apples and chestnuts are picked. They have had a very, very fruitful early season. Despite the dryness, they are fed by the Iron River, and the fruits and vegetables have been nearly double, if not triple, their usual size. And it is time for their midsummer festival, and at the same time, there will be the dedication of a new temple to Chauntea. But there's something else going on this year as well, a sense of wrongness that no one can quite voice. Folks who never had a nightmare in their lives will awake screaming with them during this reaping week. Men who consider themselves peaceful find themselves not only in fistfights, but instigating them. Discontented boys who would have only dreamed of running away in other years will this year actually do it, and most will not come back after the first night spent sleeping raw. There is a sense, inarticulate but very much there, that things have gone amiss this season. It is the beginning of the main harvest, but it is also the closing of the peace. For it is here, in this sleepy Elsir Vale, that Faerun's last great conflict will shortly begin. It is from here that the blood will begin to flow. In a few years, no more, the world as it has been may well be swept away. It starts here, from deep in a fiery hell. A five-headed creature roars out in its beast's voice. Time is but a face in the water. And it is because of this blazing heat and the irritableness of the people that Nimmen Gap has actually become a dry town. It is as dry as the ground that you all walk on. No alcohol, no ale is to be found within its limits. And because of the heat, the temple dedication is going to be held at sunset. And so we'll take a few minutes as we can run across the bottom. You can just give a brief introduction as to what has brought your character to this festival. So we can start with Dr. Badmay Eisen.
Are you muted, Lauren?
No, just trying to gather my senses. I'm not used to being first.
Well, you are.
Yeah. So Batman sort of just she's come to the area sort of to ply her wares, learn a bit more of the local, herbs that aren't more frequented around the other areas of Faerun, and hopefully perfect something that will be her masterpiece that she can bottle, brew, and sell to the masses and make herself rich.
And Maximilian T. Justice.
Well, by the way, is there a name, Patrick, for the garrison, or is it just the garrison for now?
Typically, it would be the Lions of Brindle.
Lions of Brindle. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So Max is here with a detachment from the Lions of Brindle, mostly mostly here to provide security for an important temple leader, Brother Alam Durney, who is here to observe and participate in the festival. One presumes that the priests of Torm and the priests of Shanti Shantia are at least aligned in that sense. So we're just here to provide provide a security detail. Not that there's really much to protect against in this town.
All right, I guess. I guess Seymour's in Nyman Gap for a couple of reasons. One, his family orchard and printing press are nearby, and they're in the process of being moved to Brindle. But otherwise, he's covering the festival and the temple dedication in hopes to get some good news into the paper because everything's just been so dreary lately. So he's pulled up in his big wagon and set out his papers, and he's ready to go.
All right, Molly is here as because she lives in the nearby area near Seymour. And not only is she helping him with the paper, but her mother is a priestess of Shantea and has been heavily involved in this new temple. So she's coming to show support for her mother and also trying to get people to sign the People's Charter, her manifesto.
Chirp is here, partly on orders and partly just, it's a festival. Fools and their money are soon parted, so he's gonna sing a little bit, play a little bit, make a little money, and learn a few things, hopefully.
All right. And you spend a couple of days, enjoying some of the simple festivities. Molly, roll me a persuasion check just to see how you do with some of the local farmhands in the region.
Not great.
Not great. Everybody's busy this time of season. You do find a few people willing to sit and talk with you, and they let you know that they will spread some of the word around. You do draw a bit of the ire of some of the local grove owners, but this is something you are used to, and nothing you are afraid of.
Sign the People's Charter. The People's Charter. All right, and then you can go ahead. Sorry.
It's all good. So, Chirrup, you can roll me a performance check, or you can roll me a sleight of hand check if you actually want to try and have pickpocketed anybody that you've seen in town.
I kind of want to do both, but I will do. Wow, my sleight of hand is actually better than my performance, so I will do that. Oh, whoops. Yeah, 16, sorry.
No problem. Yeah, you are able to fairly easily pick the pocket of a few passersby. You do manage to get yourself 8 gold
Ooh.
and 1 silver piece. And your partner in crime that you have traveled up here with, Haboob of the Red Sands, has also been doing some work. And he hasn't told you who his local contact is here yet, but he is in the area and keeping himself busy as well. Maximilian, as you traveled from Drellin's Ferry east through Terrelton, which is primarily a fly speck of a community, but it is where a lot of cattle and horses are raised in the area. Your retinue was informed that some of the lizard folk have been raiding some of the animals in the area, and a few of the farmers that traveled from Terrelton to Nimmin Gap with you gave everybody an earful of that. Is there anything in particular you wanted to do within Nimmin Gap itself?
Yes, sir. We'll look out. No, sir. We haven't abandoned you. Yes, sir. Let's see here. In Nim and Gap itself. Well, I guess if I'm mostly here as a security detail, I will be. I don't know. It's a tiny little town. It's a sleepy little farm town. Not really much else going on here. I mean, Max is really just sort of looking out for trouble. I guess he's just sort of looking for security. Security
All right.
issues.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation or perception check just to try and suss things out as you wish.
Oh, excellent. 2 skills I'm amazing at. I am amazing, though. 19.
You figure this town is pretty easily looked after, nothing too, difficult or dangerous. I will say with that roll, you pick up that when you are in the tea house that seems to have, replaced what would have been one of the taverns or things here in town, you have noticed that Crucia, the owner, is maybe a little more respected than the mayor here from what you've heard tell. You've also seen people order cold tea, which seems to look a little bit like ale when it is poured out of the opaque teapots that it is served in.
And this is a dry town, yes?
Totally dry town. Everything else on the menu are a variety of fruit juices, sparkling fruit drinks, but non-alcoholic.
Okay, and that's by law, not just by custom?
By recent decree law, yes. Local.
Okay.
What's their policy on cough syrup?
If it's medicine, they don't seem to have too much issue with it.
Well, then it's medicine in my flask.
It's medicine I'm peddling.
No flasks. No flasks. Your flask would be that would be part of what Maximilian T. Justice and his brigade would have to do, would be to have you empty your flasks.
Absolutely. And Max will just sort of sidle up to the bar and just kind of make sure that his garrison badge.
So wait, so Max and his Frontier Justice Squad are searching everyone that comes into town. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, and it's not just his. It is any of the local town guards. It is just known that you either pour it out, or if you are traveling through town, that is fine. But if you're going to stay in the town itself, it's a dry community.
Yep. And I'm just going to sort of lean against the bar and make sure my my garrison badge is well shown, and just do I actually know Crucio?
No.
Okay. But I know of Crucio.
With that perception roll, she's been, in and amongst everything about town, and, in any interaction you've had with the mayor or the locals, you've noticed with that perception roll, people defer to her.
All right. So I'll just sort of wave her over and I'll say, Miss Crucia, was it? Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'll have some nice warm tea if you don't mind.
Well, of course. And she's a half-elf, gray-haired, indeterminate but late-aged, walks with a little bit of a limp, and, offers you a choice of some of the local dried fruit tea or something that is sort of black that she brings in. She says, have to keep everybody entertained.
Absolutely. And I'll just sort of take something modest and some tea, and I'll say, the cold tea seems to be pretty popular around these parts, doesn't it?
Well, in the height of summer.
Absolutely. Almost as if the dedication, summer festival would be an excellent opportunity to empty one's existing stocks.
Oh,
Am I
we'll
correct?
never,
This
we'll
tea is
never run
fantastic.
out of, we'll never run out of tea, whether it is iced or hot.
Mm.
It's delicious both ways.
You know, I may want to come in a little bit later for some of this cold tea if you'd have me in the garrison,
You're all welcome.
of course. And I'll sip my tea. It doesn't taste like hot ale; it just tastes like tea.
Yes, it is. It is in fact tea. It is really tasty, but it is in fact tea.
Okay. Well, Krusha, a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and as long as you're serving tea in this establishment, I don't think we'll have any issues. Have a nice day. See you at the festival tomorrow.
Long days, pleasant nights.
And yeah, Max will walk away from that.
All
I
right.
absolutely got that reference.
Yeah. Dr. Eisen, so you have been peddling cough syrup. You know, you have, it's easy enough to acquire a small stand in the center of town. People are, constantly sort of coming and going and milling about. Do you have a pitch?
Not a great one. I just start naming off random symptoms that my revitalizing elixir tonic / cough syrup will take care of it in best case scenarios. Because I'm not a good pitcher.
You can roll a performance check or a deception check, depending on how you feel about your product.
Does it have Simpsons and Son revitalizing tonic on the front?
Basically, it's similar to that. It's 1 part rum, 2 parts children cough syrup, and a little bit of poppy.
It's almost a flaming moe.
It's 1/2 revitalizing tonic, 1/2 flaming moe. It is actually purple. Oh boy, deception or performance, both of which are the exact same roll. It couldn't have been persuasion. At least I'm proficient in that. All right, we're gonna.
You do manage to sell a couple of bottles, and I will say you're able to earn 3 gold over a couple of days of selling this. You do have a couple of repeat buyers once they perhaps figure out what is inside it and sort of come up and say, "Oh, my cough is better," and kind of wink at you.
Yeah, it's not terribly strong, but if you drink the whole bottle, you'll get a buzz.
Yep. Seymour, is there anything else you wanted to do? You've got a couple of stories here already.
Yeah, well, I'm selling papers. Just listening to the gossip and taking any bits of information that people bring to me, and generally wandering around the fair. I guess Molly and I will take turns selling papers out of the wagon, and just generally looking for news that I can put into the paper.
All right. And, the Renowned family, of course, updates you on the operations and, talk to you about, the oversized fruit. And you are actually surprised and shocked to see just how large it is. And, they let you know that, there's been that. And there's been, some of the insects have been a little bigger just over the last couple of months. So everything's just growing out here.
And I'll make notes of both of those. Those are perfect for the paper. Giant bugs. Ooh. 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 Okay, and nope, that's about it.
All right.
And although I will question some of the guards and maybe Max if they think their heavy-handed approach to sobriety is the right answer for Nyman's Gap.
I'm not here to judge the law. I'm just here to enforce it. The real answer as to what's right for Nyman's Law rests in the judgment of the people and or the duly elected rulers or
So
appointed rulers of Nyman Gap.
So what you're saying is that you believe that wiser men will create the laws and you will just follow them?
I don't see how life could be any other way, honestly.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, I'll make a note of that and move on.
And Nabil, welcome in. You can introduce your character to everybody. And so everyone has been brought to Nyman Gap for this Swallowtail Festival. You can sort of let us know what your character has been up to for the day or so of the festival and what brought you here.
Sorry, I was just looking at the map to find out where the location of Lenin was. It Leningrad? No,
Nyman Gap.
which is better than Leningrad. Okay.
Yeah, it is a small town, basically a hamlet at the place where the Iron Road descends out of the Neiman Wood. And, you know, it's a lot of orchards here that grow apples and pears and chestnuts. And then there are also a few shepherds that keep their goat herds, you know, around in the area. But it is currently a dry community because the hot season that everybody has been facing and going into summer now, things have been just off. And so there's been a little more violence, a little more aggression. And so the town has decided to become a dry community for the time being.
Habub does not like that at all. A dry town? No. So, introducing myself. Wait, are we online? Sorry.
We are.
Okay, sorry. So the whole spiel. So Nabil here. I'm playing as Habub of the Red Sands, a Tabaxi rogue, and how I'm going to implement myself into the town is that I'm going to find a bunch of people gather around, minding their own business, and I help myself to their pockets. Ooh, a typical rogue.
All right, let's see if you do better than Chirrup did. You can roll me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh. I just realized I have two character sheets, Habub. Just 1 second. Sleight of hand. Please don't fail me now. Apparently it did. I'm getting a no attribute was found for my roll.
Use the other character sheet.
Ooh.
I don't know how you have two of them. I only have one of your character sheets under here.
Okay, so I can't open the other one. It's locked.
How are you going to unlock a door if you can't even unlock your character sheet?
What happens if you click your token at the bottom of this map?
You do realize I'm not a real thief.
I do see two Haboob in there's one under the PCs, but then there's one that's like outside the PCs.
Yeah, it's at the
section.
very bottom of the stack. I see two as well.
Okay,
Aha.
I had to shift click to open the character sheet. I'm going to try it one more time. Same problem. No attribute found. I'm getting that thing. Oh, come on. Really? Hope it was good.
Worked for me. Yep, you finally got it going. Okay, so with a 13. It's not bad. It's not great. You managed to lift a purse or two, but you mostly find some silver and copper. You get 8 copper and 6 silver.
I'm just getting warmed up.
And with that, the heat of this day blessedly finally dissipates. You all find yourselves in, what could loosely be called the center of this very small hamlet. There are, tents and tables that have been set up selling these massive sized fruits for those of you outside of town. Nobody from the area seems to be even fazed by it anymore. And as everybody is gathering in, a sharp retort, like the crack of distant thunder, slices through the excited crowd as the sun's setting rays paint the western sky. You see a stray dog that has crawled under a nearby wagon start awake, and the buzz of a couple of dozen conversations quickly hush as all the heads turn towards the central podium, where some of the locals of the area, including Molly Goldman's mother, Brother Darney, and a beaming Father Xantus has taken the stage. He clears his throat, takes a breath to speak, and suddenly a woman's scream slices through the air. A few moments later, another scream rises, then another. Beyond them, a sudden surge of strange new voices rise. High-pitched, tittering shrieks that sound not quite human. The crowd parts, and something low to the ground races by you, giggling with disturbing glee, as you hear a pained yelp from this dog, which then collapses with a gurgle, its throat sliced open from ear to ear. As blood pools around its head, the raucous sound of a strange song begins, chanted from shrill, scratchy voices. Everybody give me perception checks, please.
7-Eleven.
All right, so Chirrup, Maximilian, Badme, and Seymour, you can all make out what appears to be a small dog-sized sort of dragon-snouted creature that is currently cowering under one of these wagons. And you see it's licking sort of the edge of its blade as it does so. And as that happens and you hear this sort of singing, screeching song, coming out of all of the surrounding areas are what appear to be dog-sized bipedal lizards. And it is time to roll some initiative.
I'll get right on that as soon as I can get my browser restarted.
Did yours have an issue as well?
Yeah, just terrible things happened to it. And then I had to restart.
Is the initiative tracker up yet?
Not yet. Waiting for Chris to come back.
So I will
And
be
me.
there in a sec. Okay, so I'm now loading in.
Suddenly there's music. Oh! Those
Music's
are the
been
dog
playing the whole
things.
time.
No, it literally just loaded in for me.
It's not playing
Yeah,
for me anymore. I'm gonna refresh.
What the hell? Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Hey, Paladin coming in strong.
That's a lot of good rolls.
Yeah, and me freaking out while nothing was happening on my screen just used all of them. If you believe in that theory.
So
I'm
it's
adding my
pretty much all
dex to
downhill from
tiebreaker.
So, first up to act is Maximilian as you hear this chanting and chittering as in the in the darkness as the sun is setting, these kobolds swarm the city center. What would you like to do?
I'm going to shout an alarm, and I am going to. These kobolds are already attacking. They're not just like causing minor trouble; like they are attacking.
You've clearly witnessed they've already killed at least a dog, but yeah, they are moving in, brandishing blades, seemingly with ill intent.
Okay. Max is going to step forward and dispense some max justice. 21 to hit for 6 damage.
Hits, yeah. You step forward and just slice right through this kobold, who just kind of shrieks and screams and splatters down. But you hear the yells and cries of its brothers around as well. Any movement, any bonus action?
As a free action, I'm going to tell everyone in the. Oh God, they're surrounding us. I'm going to tell everyone to kind of group up in the middle. Like, get to the stage, stay together. Wait for wait for an opportunity, that sort of thing.
All right.
As I'm trying to fend these guys off.
It is now the kobold's turn. A couple of them up top run up and tip over and douse the brazier that is there, and a little bit of light dissipates.
Are the kobolds supposed to be in here twice? Because they also rolled an 8.
Yes.
Okay.
2 different types of kobolds.
There are many kobolds.
So that light gets doused. These ones will run over to here. That is enough to... They leap on that and smother it. And while doing so, Haboob, you see one of them immediately start to stand and raise its arm and starts going, "Victory to the claws of Tiamat! The darkness, we will bring it to the humankind." This one is, in fact, going to attack you, Haboob. Comes at you with what appears to be in its hand, a really rusty, nasty-looking dagger. That is a 12 to hit.
Which is a miss.
That is a miss. All right. This one rushes around towards you, Seymour. It is, however, distracted by some of the large fruits that are on display, and you see it just stop and take a bite out of this massive pear and start stuffing some of the other ones in its bag as it just starts laughing maniacally.
I will cock an eyebrow at him.
This one is going to come in and, with their sling, whistle a rock past this civilian. This one is going to charge Maximilian with its friend, and it will stop and look up at you and just say, "Brother, how can you kill your kin?" And then they will attempt to stab you. That is a 21 to hit for 2 piercing damage.
Ow.
And that is a 13, which just scrapes across the bottom of your armor. And
I shoot him a very quick, disappointed look.
Yeah. But the one that stabs you lets out this massive whoop, whoop, whoop sort of war sound. And you hear some of the other kobolds in the area reciprocate with the same kind of war cry. These ones are going to go to here. Do not have the strength to tip over this brazier. So this one remains lit. These ones are going to start ripping and tearing apart this tent. This one is going to use its sling against you, Badme. That is a 14 to hit.
I dodge.
Yes, you nimbly get out of the way of that sling. And these ones are going to attack the townsfolk down here. These townsfolk are slashed and cut down where they stand, and the kobolds immediately begin to start going through their pockets and ripping things off their clothes, their necklaces and things like that, just ignoring everything else. That takes us to Haboob of Red Sands.
Haboob is going to disengage, and he's going to make his way. Yeah, I'm just gonna dash and make my way into a group of people, use them as meat shields, and that's it for me.
Yep, and the people are starting to get really nervous and kind of panic and look around as the screams continue. That takes us to Seymour.
Oh, that was the wrong button. All right, so as I'm looking around at these kobolds, they're not attacking, more so making a fracas, right?
They're doing both. They've killed some people. They're attacking Maximilian. They're dousing the braziers. So as you can see, it is just starting to get darker and darker in this town square.
So you'd say it's more of
I
a
dodged a
rumpus.
rock.
It's more of a rumpus than a fracas. Got it. All right. So using my observant skills, I notice. Does this kobold look like the boss?
Definitely looks a little bit tougher, and yeah, you would assume he is some kind of boss. You also notice they're kind of deformed. They've got a weird sort of chitinous layer and really bulbous eyes.
Oh, weird. Okay, well, let's try it on the newspaper man. I will step up here, and I'm going to free action. I'm going to pass a apple or pear to the one that was chomping away there. They're hungry. Let them have it. And then I will look at this one, and I speak Draconic, and I'll say, your friends are going to get smushed pretty quick as I look around. Would you mind maybe just taking what you got and running now, because it's going to get worse and your little friends are going to die. We could chat after, come by my tent that night. And would that be a persuasion, I guess?
Yep, you can try a persuasion.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it just looks at you, and as you're speaking Draconic, it just says, you speak the mother tongue, but it drips like... I don't want to be too dirty. It says, I should cut your tongue out for speaking our language, human.
Okay, well, I will. My face will kind of go blank, and I'll look at him and go, well, you're a loss. And I will stroll back over to Molly. Yeah, they're not going to listen to reason. I guess that was my action, so I can't shoot. I've used my bonus action to give a kobold a apple.
Like the bracers.
The bracers are far away.
Oh, can't you use it with some of your magic? Like, just do fiddly-dee and all the bracers come up. You know, you have magic.
So do you. Why don't you fiddly-dee as I'm pulling out my flint and tinder, and I will light a lantern. And done.
Trying to keep the people calm and put away my people starter.
It will be an action for you to get all your equipment out and light your lantern. Free action, you can start interacting with it, but yeah, lighting it is going to take a full action.
I'll pull out my flint and tinder as I'm getting ready to light my lantern.
All right. Streaming in from the side are a pair of flying kobolds.
I thought they were dogs dressed up as kobolds.
Yeah, the flying kobold official image is just the exact same normal kobold face, but a gold background. So I had to find some older flying kobold images. So they are going to fly towards the central stage, but rather than attacking who is on the stage, they charge the burning torches that are lighting most of this area.
Oh shit, so if I light my lantern, I'm now realizing they're gonna come charging at me.
Quite
The light
possibly.
hurts their eyes.
Time for hot potato and toss it to Molly.
That is a critical
Fine.
hit for this one as it swings by and drops a rock on top of those torches. They drop, and then it just lands on it and stamps them and snuffs it out. Darkness is starting to encroach. This one, that is a 4. It flies over and misses. I will say this guard is going to take an attack of opportunity. And that is a natural 1. He swings wildly, but this torchlight is still burning. This one, its vestigial wings sort of lift it off the ground, and it is going to try and drop a rock on you, Seymour. That is a 17 to hit. You take
That hits.
5 bludgeoning damage. And it just kind of hovers above you.
And I will yell and point at him.
All right.
Boy, you.
That takes us to Badme. You've got a couple of kobolds behind you trying to dump the brazier, and a few more that are starting to trash the tent down here.
Okay, I have a quick question first of all. The guy right here is on a brazier. You said they put it out?
They're trying to dump it out.
Okay. So how is he currently standing on the coals or what?
No, I don't see anybody standing on top of a brazier. Who are you pointing at?
Or over by the wall?
No, that's the brazier there in the middle.
Oh,
they're surrounding it.
All right. Knowing what I know about fire and chemical reactions, would it be a somewhat explosive start if I were to suddenly and quickly restart it, say with a magical fire attack?
You could attempt to do so. I mean, they're dumped out, so the coals are kind of spread across the area. But yeah, you could certainly attempt to restart it.
No, I won't do that then. Instead, I'm going to double check what the range on this is, and yeah, okay. So the winged ones are in the air, the other guys are on the ground. This is going to make things just pleasant. Yeah, we're going to move in towards the center. And, oh, that's disabled. Interesting. All right, well. That's not the final place of it. I'm just looking to see how I can get the most bang for my buck here. Would that cover all 4 of those kobolds?
Yep.
All right. Fairy fire. which means if they
That is failure, success, failure, success.
So 2 of them are glowing and are shedding 10-foot radius of dim light.
All right. Any movement? Any bonus action?
Well, I moved first and then I cast. I moved 30 feet. I don't have any bonus actions really at the moment.
All right.
At least I don't think so. Yeah, no. So
Bonus
that will
action,
be.
flip them off.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Chirp.
So Chirp can see they're intentionally trying to douse the lights to try and like hide or fight better.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not about to play that. These kobolds are emitting light, you said?
The ones, yes, they are now glowing with sort of a purplish light and are emitting dim light.
Okay. Let me just double check the sizing on this. A bonus area. Within 20 feet of another light. Okay. So I'm going to, and each square on the map is 5 feet?
Yes.
So I'm going to cast Dancing Lights. And this is basically like, you know, in this square formation, and yeah, I'll just pop it up in this general area to light up over here so people can see their targets.
All right.
Thank yous. Yeah, so like four separate lights just kind of spread out there, try and give as much light as possible. And
Yeah, I'm just going to use the one token just to
Yep.
save time.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna like duck and cover, hide in the crowds because I need to keep up my concentration. But I will ready my crossbow for my next round.
All right. Molly.
Okay, so if I grab the lantern and the flint and tinder from Seymour, and I run up to this brazier over here. One sec. Would I be able to light it all on my turn with it? That would take my action?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to be strategic about this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Hey!
He's just flying, so I'm opening up the pathway. Like, he's not actually blocking you. He's flying above.
Okay, so I can do something like this, and boom.
Yep.
And I will light the brazier saying, everyone, their eyes are bad in the light. Light the, use whatever flint and tinder you have, any spells that give light.
All right. And as you say that, bottom of the round, quite a few people are just going to turn and start running.
Oh, come now. A united defense will help us all. Seymour shouts at them.
Oh, and can I just quickly scan the crowd looking for my mother?
Your mother was right on the stage here.
Okay, so she's stable. Okay.
Yep. All right, top of the round. That takes us to Maximilian.
Okay, well, I am currently in mortal combat with these two guys down here. I can't really spare the ability to go anywhere else except for these guys. Yeah, I guess I could like do breath weapon, but like I'd have to get out of somebody's way. All right, I will go down here, go over here. Oh God! Before I do that, okay. Sorry, I was seeing shadows there. There's nobody else around me, right?
Nope, they've fled.
Okay, cool.
This guy just ducked right inside his tent. He's like, whoop, whoop.
Good choice. And I will tank the attack of opportunity.
That is an 8. Misses.
Okay.
You just like lift your leg and step right over him.
Like
almost like the Riker maneuver.
That is the only way Max is ever going to get into any chair from now on for the rest of the game. All right, and breath
Love it.
weapon. Unfortunately, these guys have fantastic deck saves, so let's see it.
But that's a good roll.
It's not bad.
I thought you were going to do a speech about how you're more of a dragon than they'll ever be.
That is a 7 and an 11. They both get caught in your cone of lightning, and in a shocking burst, they collapse down to the ground.
All right, excellent. And I am going to go digging into my. I'm going to start going digging into my pack for a torch.
All right. Any movement?
Let's see here. These guys are over here. You know what? I'm actually going to start moving towards them instead. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's as far as I can go.
All right.
I am, in fact, walking in their direction.
Yeah, and the city guard and the other ones are engaging in kobolds or trying to get the dignitaries and that off of the stage while this is all going on. That takes us to the kobolds. These guys up here just spend their turn looting. These ones are going to run and attack these people. And do manage to take out one more person in the crowd. And these guys will try and flip the brazier once again. Fail, and we'll look at you, Maximilian, and go, "Give us a hand, brother. It's heavy." In Draconic to you.
And Mac's just going to shake his head.
And these guys will yell out, "He's a traitor!" and going to fire a sling at you. That is a 16, which bounces harmlessly off of your armor. This one is going to come and attempt to just leap on and grapple you.
All right.
So you can give me a strength or an acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
21.
21. Yeah, you just grab him, toss him over your shoulder, and he goes tail over tea kettle into that tent. These ones all swarm this city guard and take him down. These guys continue grabbing items and supplies from here. Actually, this guy is going to fire his sling at Haboob. That is an 8, which does not hit. This guy flying over Seymour is going to try and drop another rock on you.
He was on the other initiative.
Oh, that is correct. He's on 8. Then I've got these guys up here. They are going to start grabbing items off of there. This guy's going to move to there, start grabbing some goods. That takes us to Haboob.
Okay. There was I'm assuming the bunch of people over here, because I had to step away for a sec. They all ran off.
Yep, everybody here is starting to run away.
Okay. Can't take anyone hostage. I thought we could. No, my meat shields. Okay, I'm gonna step back towards the stage. And is there anyone who's been hit in this area?
You don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, isn't Seymour fighting off a flying kobold like what's his face in Gremlins 2?
Yeah, I think he was asking if any of the kobolds have been damaged.
He's not a healing rogue?
Nope. You just saw a bunch of them get electrified over here, but you have not seen anybody take any damage, so yeah, you don't know if any of them have. None of them look like they're hurt.
Okay, so I'm gonna Yeah, I'm gonna aim at the one that's right next to Seymour.
All right.
That's gonna be. Oof.
13 just hits
Ooh.
for 4 piercing damage.
Don't forget
wait,
sneak attack.
Oh, I forgot to add that.
Yeah.
That's a D6 with. Ah.
Hey, Max, there you go. That is enough. You shoot him out of the air. Collapses down to the ground.
Thank you.
This tabaxi accepts your gratitude. And that's it for me.
All right. Seymour.
All right, so that pest is gone. Is there any more bossy looking ones around?
You can give me a perception check.
All right. 'Cause Seymour doesn't want to kill someone he hasn't spoken to, but he tried to speak to them, and they are assholes. Perception check.
I mean, there's kobolds committing like acts of murder right now.
Yeah, you don't see any that necessarily look like bosses. The 2 flying ones that are at the stage look like they are definitely, if not in charge, they have a plan. The other ones seem to be a mixture of running amok and just attacking people.
All right. Kobolds don't count as people, right? For charmed person. Well, I guess they are a humanoid, right?
They are humanoid.
No, that's not going to work. So we are just going to bonus action hex. Shouldn't I have 2 spell slots right now? At level 1? Or is it just 1? That doesn't matter.
As a
Hex.
warlock, probably just 1.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to hex this guy above Molly.
All right.
And then try and shoot it out of the sky. I keep rolling 10s on Eldritch Blast. Like, that's the 5th or 6th time I've got a 10 on an Eldritch Blast.
Yep, that is more than enough to blast that one out of the air.
Oh, I didn't even roll my hex damage. And I can move my hex now, right? Or is that a bonus action on my next turn?
I don't know. It's your character. You tell me.
As a bonus action, you can apply it to a new target if the previous target has been reduced to 0 hit points.
Okay, so that's next turn because it's a bonus action to cast the spell. Okay,
yes.
Done. Oh, wait, no, not done. I'm going to move up with the rest of the party.
All right.
And I'll walk up.
Winged Kobold. That is enough. This light is doused as they drop a rock. They will then fly, pick up the lantern that Molly put down.
Is that an attack of opportunity? Or it depends where she dropped it, I guess.
She put it on the stage, so it is just going to swoop down. As it flies away, Molly, you will get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Hit him hard.
Keep your fingers crossed. I'm not that good.
You go, girl.
13. Okay. That is a hit, so it grabs and begins to continue flying.
It belongs to the proletariat. Give it back.
It gets it to over here, but
Seymour looks uncomfortable.
You do strike it for 4 bludgeoning damage. That takes us to Badme.
Oh, remember, she didn't light the lamp. She lit the brazier, right?
No, she lit the lantern.
Oh, I thought she lit the brazier on stage.
Nope.
Okay,
she took your lantern. She took your lantern.
All right, I'm going to just double check the range. Cool. Well within range. Flying dude. Aw.
Misses. He is able to dodge to one side, and that blast of icy coldness just goes right on by.
Aw. I'm comfortable where I am. I'm gonna stay here.
All right. Shut up.
All right. Who looks like they're in trouble? Nobody really. This guy's in the air, right?
Yes, flying away with a lantern.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna bother with him if he's flying away. Okay, I'll go for that one then.
All right.
And boop.
Yeah, that crossbow bolt, he's just turning and like raising his arms in victory and just gets shot off of his feet. And that is enough to take them down.
The sound of a kookaburra like laughing just like trills out across the festival here. That's it, I'm done. I'm standing right where I
All
am.
right. Molly.
I'm really, really angry. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna keep on smacking this guy.
All right. That manages to hit for another 6 bludgeoning.
And can I grab the lantern with as a free action or no?
That would have been your action if you want to try and rip it out of its hand because it's holding it.
Oh, okay. I'll let the smacky.
It is barely clinging to life the same way it is barely clinging to that lantern.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
All right. That takes us to Maximilian.
Okay, so these guys are still trying to topple over this brazier, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to sort of step away from the guy who attempted to tackle me. I'm going to step up and attempt to at least knock one of these guys out. Let's say one of the purple guys.
Push
All
them
right,
in the
you
fire.
do have advantage. And as this happens, Maximilian, off about 60 or so feet down this way in the night is a massive explosion of fireworks as other lights go off, and all of these kobolds turn and just start cheering and laughing as clearly they have found the fireworks cart that had been set up.
Damn it, they'd set off the fireworks. That was supposed to be for after the temple dedication. Get punched.
Oh yeah, that is enough to take him down. You just slice right through him with your longsword.
All right, and
the one beside the braziers goes, "Not cool."
I disagree. Very cool.
But more sharp.
And I don't think I have any good bonus actions at level 1, so that's it.
Flip them
All
off.
right.
Not Max's style.
This guy is going to run in and help try and flip the brazier. This guy and this guy and this guy are now going to surround Maximilian. One of them, actually 2 of them are going to try and leap atop you. Give me another athletics or acrobatics check.
16.
You are grappled as between the 2 of them, they manage to climb onto you, and with an 18, which was a natural 20, they do have you grappled, and then this guy is going to attempt to stab you with his dagger. That is a 17, which does not get through your armor. These 2 are going to try and tip the brazier, and finally manage to do so. Evens, they tip it on you. Odds, they tip it away from you. They tip it on you, Maximilian. You take 3 fire damage.
I really thought you were going to push him right into it.
That would definitely have been a Montauk maneuver, not a Max maneuver. He's not cruel.
No, I thought they were going to push you into the blade brazier.
That might have been a thing they might have done. They tipped it over on me.
These guys will come aid their brethren.
She's AFK right now, so just do her.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. These ones will dash under the stage to get to here.
Haboob, look out!
Do you even know Haboob's name at this point?
I know everybody's name.
He's a newsman. He's been asking too many questions.
Yeah.
You're a researcher. You ask too many questions.
I'm a clan artisan. I'm
Yeah,
a
same.
craftsperson.
All right, a couple of these kobolds take off with their spoils. As do these guys, having looted that cart thoroughly. As does this guy. All right, so this one next to Haboob is going to try and stab you with a dagger. That is oh no, it's a 21 because he has pack tactics. So that is 3 piercing damage. It was either that or a natural 1. This one is going to try and stab Badme. No advantage. That is a 14 to hit, which does not hit. This guy is going to use his sling against Seymour. That is a 14 to hit Seymour for 3 bludgeoning damage.
Was that the one that I gave an apple to? That prick.
This one is going to use their sling on Chirrup. That is a 15 to hit Chirrup for 3 bludgeoning damage. Give me a concentration check, please.
Oh, steps back so you can attack her.
Oh, yes, please attack me. Well, not please, but you know.
All right. So the 2 attacking Molly. That is a critical hit for 7 piercing damage.
Shit.
And a natural 1. Double nat 1s.
Oh, thank socialism.
So Chirrup, I need a concentration check, please. You maintain concentration.
Hallelujah.
And actually, yeah, with that at the end of their turns, these guys are going to turn and start. No, they'll wait. Okay, that's, yeah, Haboob of Red Sands.
Okay.
You've got a kobold on either side of you.
I'm gonna drop my short bow, and is it an action to pull out another weapon?
Not as long as you drop your short bow, no.
No. Okay. I drop my short bow and pull out my rapier, and I aim for the one that's right. That's
Technically
between-
speaking, you can hold a 2-handed weapon in one hand. You just can't use it. So you could have both, one in each hand.
You mean it like a short bow and a rapier?
Yeah, you just couldn't use your short bow while your rapier was in your other hand.
Either way, let's get it going. Haboob, you've got your rapier out. Which one are you attacking?
The one that's between Badme and Kobold.
All right. 20 hits.
And
Oh my
because-
god, 10 piercing. Yeah, you skewer them, and with a squeal, they just fall to the ground.
And I turn my attention to the other one, and that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Meanwhile, all of you here over by Maximilian, the kobolds that are holding him and have dumped the coals on him just all start screeching. And if any of you speak Draconic, you can understand they are singing and chanting what sounds like a kobold fight song.
I will remember that and write it down after the fight.
You speak Draconic?
I do. Remember I spoke to Draconic to the flying guy.
Oh, that is
He pissed
correct.
off
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. You hear them yelling out, "Kobolds race and kobolds jump, kobolds slash and kobolds bump, burn the skin, mash the head, kobolds here and you be dead." And they all start sort of screaming. And that takes us to Seymour.
That's not a very good song.
Not a good time for Max. But I can't let Molly get surrounded. Do I think if I shoot that flying one and end it, that the lamp will fall and burst into flames and catch them all?
No, your lamp. It's the lamp is only a few feet off the ground. He's not flying high up in the air, so you think the lantern would survive?
Oh, disappointing. Move move the hex to that flying kobold.
All right.
And dexterity for the hex. And I am going Kerchow, and I'll probably need hex damage, so there we
Oh, no. He only had 1 hit point left. Molly put the whammy on him pretty hard.
Well, I was the wind beneath its wings for just
Yep.
a second.
But yeah, so you blast it out of the sky. The lantern tumbles down to the ground over there.
Seems like I blasted it into the sky more than out of. But yeah. And I can't disengage. I'm just going to look at this kobold in front of me and just be like, really, buddy? Really? You're doing this? Come on. In Draconic. And
It shrugs its shoulders and gives you a cute kind of smile. Badme.
All right. I'm gonna move here. Unfortunately, I'm gonna end up getting rid of the fairy fire with this spell. Actually, wait. Let me just double check. Sorry, I will move 5 feet closer. And I need a dexterity saving throw from everyone in the line.
All right.
30 feet to there.
That is a 21 for the first one.
Okay, so he's not
for the
covered.
second one. And a 15 for the third.
Damn it! All right. None of them take any damage. They just all duck. I knew they were dex-based creatures. I figured at least one would fail. But I at least get their attention.
Indeed.
Let's see here. I moved what? 5, 10. Yeah, gonna move a bit more. Actually, we're gonna move 20 feet up to here. Get a bit of cover from the guy in the back there.
All right, and it's starting to get dark. As you drop your concentration, the glowing kobolds no longer emit light.
Well, there was only one.
And that takes us to Molly. Oh, no, Chirrup.
Gonna say, let me just double check. As a bonus action, you can move the lights up to 60 feet to a new spot within range. So I'm gonna move the lights over here. Because it looks like most of them are dead over there. And who was the little bastard that shot me?
That guy right there.
Alright. Ka-chow. Aw.
It hits the ground and your
Damn
crossbow bolt sails overhead.
I hiss in annoyance. And I scamper backwards with Badme.
All right, that takes us to Molly.
Okay, so can I grab the lantern and then disengage as my action?
Yes, you can disengage, move around, grab the lantern. Where would you like to take it?
Since I'm disengaging, I'll go 5, 10. Yeah, I'll go to the middle of the stage. And that'll be my action, and then I can cast Healing Word on myself, right?
Yes.
I'll cast Healing Word on myself.
All right. Top of the round now, you all begin to hear this odd, loud buzzing noise.
Oh, that's not good.
Maximilian, you are being grappled by a couple of these kobolds, and you feel little draconic hands trying to reach into your pockets.
Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so I would like. Yeah, these guys are grappled onto me. So I would like to grab one of these guys and swing him into one of his friends.
All right, give me.
If I think I can get away with something like that.
Yeah, give me an athletics check. Oh yeah, they got a 12. You're 13. Beats that. You can certainly smack him into his partner. Roll me a d4 for damage as you use a kobold as a weapon.
Absolutely.
No, the Kobold's got pack tactics, so it's got advantage. No?
He's already hit him.
Ah.
Okay. Do I add my strength to that?
Yes.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Yeah, you club one of these kobolds with its brethren. And you actually hear some of them around you start to laugh at this.
When you hit somebody with somebody, do they both take damage?
Yes.
Like,
I feel like something is very wrong with these kobolds now.
like you mean the big bulbous eyes and chitinous scales didn't tip you off in the first place? These are creepy ass kobolds.
Yeah. All right. So that's that's the end of my turn.
All right.
And as a free action,
That's
I will
why.
say leave. Wait, Hornet?
Yep. Flying into the center of town on these giant-sized hornets are more of these odd-skinned kobolds as they fly into the center of town.
Did they bring more townspeople?
And yeah, as they came off the layer. All right, so
Damn it, we could have used that firework cart as a flak cannon.
Well, if they have an air force.
yeah, that is as far as they can get in dashing. They're all mixed up with that light token, so I'm just going to move that to the map. All right, and on that turn, the kobolds are going to all just dash off. Maximilian, you will get an attack of opportunity on one of them.
Absolutely, I will.
Oh yeah, doesn't even get a step away and just...
Dump hot coals on me.
Roll me a sleight of hand check, please.
16.
16. You are able to grab your pipe back out of the hand of one of these kobolds that is running away.
All right, I immediately light it on the coals.
On yourself.
You have this beautiful, scent of fresh pipe smoke that is wafting out from you now.
Excellent.
These two are going to cut and dash back through the alley houses over there. These two will dash off that way. Who was left? Ooh, the one by Haboob. He will actually disengage and duck under the stage. And these two that have arrived, one is going to attempt to fire their sling at you, Seymour. That is an 8, which misses. And this guy... Yeah, Seymour, you're the only one in range. Actually, no, Haboob. Haboob is in range, so he'll go after Haboob.
My armor class is 9. That's amazing.
That is a 6. So that slingshot fires wide of you, Haboob.
Ooh.
But you now have 2 giant wasp riders in the center of town.
Oh boy. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so this is going to be an it's more of an exchange rather than do anything at this point. I'm going to drop my rapier over here and then pick up my short bow. And that's going to be my action, but I'm going to make my
Your
way.
short bow is not there.
It's what?
Your short bow was swiped by a little kobold.
Oh, you scaly ass bastard. Oh,
You hear laughter come from somewhere under the stage.
Get after him.
oh. Okay, I'm gonna make my way after this bastard. I'm gonna fucking give him a proctology exam with my rapier.
Okay, he is back here under the stage. You can crawl under. You will have disadvantage because you're going to be hunched over.
Yeah,
I really don't think he's licensed for that.
That's what makes it fun. I'm an enthusiastic proctologist exam. Okay, short form. Disadvantage.
11, he is able to slide and just avoid your rapier attack.
Return this tabaxi's shortbow, or you become my shoes. And that's it for me.
All right, that takes us to Seymour.
All right. How far up are the bee riding bastards?
They're about 15 feet off the ground.
So they'll at least take 1d6 in damage if they fall.
Yes.
Then I'm going to be smart. Oh, they're wasps. I am going to be Protestant smart and move Hex to the closest wasp, Dexterity, and Eldritch Blast. You son of a bitch. Yeah, okay.
All right, yeah, that hits for 5 force damage, or 1 force damage, and then 4 necrotic as your beam strikes the side of this wasp, and you can just see this blackness stretch out.
And is this kobold under the stage?
He's under the stage.
I
And
am
you can hear
also
Saboob swearing at him.
I am also going to take cover under the stage and be like, "You don't tell on me, I won't tell on you." In Draconic.
All right. That takes us to Badme. What does she do?
So she will change it up and launch some fire at the wounded wasp. Son of a...
Ooh, unfortunately, yeah. This blast streaks through the night sky, but just wide.
Waspinator is smart.
I move over there and end my turn.
All right. Chirrup.
This guy is underneath the stand with a boob, right?
Yes.
Okay, just double checking. So I'll go after... Is he on the back of the wasp, this one here?
Yes. Yep, they are riding the wasps.
How high up are they?
15 feet.
I will aim for the wasp.
That is a critical hit for 12 piercing damage.
That's stung.
This wasp goes tumbling in the air, and the kobold goes tumbling right after it. And that is going to be enough to kill both of them as they go crashing into the ground.
Yes. I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. How tall is this platform? Like, what, 5 feet-ish?
Yeah, it's about 5 feet underneath. The total platform is about 7 feet high.
Okay, I will kind of scamper into the other end here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will duck.
All right, as you scamper past, this guy is going to try and stab you with a dagger as he jabs out from underneath the stage.
Duh, yep, I should have seen that coming.
That is a 14 to hit for 3 piercing damage.
I said
Okay.
be cool.
That was cool.
Oh, and I lost my concentration on the spell.
Ooh, the dancing lights drops.
Won't be down for long. I'll just pop it back up on my next turn.
But with that, most of the field is now in darkness for everybody. Just the very central area where Molly has the lantern is still lit. And that takes us to Molly.
Okay, so I am going to put the can I, as a free action, just kind of leave the lantern here
Yep. Oh yeah, you can put it down, no problem.
and then come over here and attack this? Oh wait, I can attack him.
He's underneath the stage. I don't think you even know he's there.
Oh, I can't see this guy. Okay, I will then attack. I will then, Sacred Flame that guy right there.
All right. Do you want to Sacred Flame him or the Wasp?
You know what, the Wasp.
All right. That is a non-natural 20.
Disadvantage,
No.
remember, I hexed him.
That's checks, not saves.
Ah.
Any movement, Molly?
No, I'm gonna check everyone's health. Does anyone need some healing?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you can't see
I'm good.
Seymour or Haboob. They're currently under the stage.
Okay. All right.
Maximilian is having a smoke over here.
All right, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. Maximilian.
Okay, so I can see a cross under the stage here, right? I can see that there is some kerfuffle happening back here.
I would say with your passive perception, probably not, because all the kerfuffle happened behind the stage.
Okay, because I could make it over to the Kobold, but would I? If the answer is no, then I'm not going to, because otherwise I would go over there and attempt to arrest that thief.
Yeah, I would say you would have heard Haboob cursing something or somebody out, and you probably heard Chirrup screech out in annoyance. So you know something's going on, but I don't think you can see him under the stage.
Okay. Well, my problem is that this guy is way out of my reach.
Paladin.
I don't have any ranged weapons. I don't have any ranged spells right now. And yes, I did take a mace instead of javelins. Yes, this was a choice, and yes, this is biting me in the ass right now. So I'm gonna go join everybody up on the stage here. So 10, 20. Do I see this guy now?
Under the stage is in darkness. I would say you can make out shapes. You can see Haboob and Seymour and probably something else that looks small that's under there.
Okay. That is the limit of my motion.
Yeah, you can now see this kobold is under the stage, has a bow under one arm and a bloody dagger in its hand.
Excellent. I'm going to attempt to grapple this kobold.
Ooh, all right.
Lay of hands. 17.
21.
Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, we can't all be Grey Paw. Some of us could roll decently. All right, I'm done.
And with that, it is the Wasp's turn. This Wasp is going to fly straight at the person who just attacked it and attempt to sting you, Molly. That is a 14 to hit, which does not hit your armor class. And then the Kobold Rider is going to attempt to Yeah, he's going to attempt to stab you with his dagger, which is a 19 for 3 more piercing damage. And they will fly away. Molly, you will get an attack of opportunity. Your choice of whether the Wasp or the Rider.
Can you roll that? She just went AFK. Probably the Wasp. Yes, the Wasp.
An 11 misses. All right, that takes us to Haboob. Oh, actually, this Kobold, he's going to disengage. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's as far as he can get. So yeah, that takes us to Haboob.
Oh no, he is not getting away with my crossbow. I'm gonna give chase. Yeah, I think I can make it. All right.
20, 25. Yep, 30 feet. You can just make it because you were in difficult terrain as you were crouching and moving through. But yeah, you managed to stay one step behind him.
And rapier, please connect.
Oh, that hits. And yeah, you stab this little runner through the back end with 6 piercing. They die with a laugh on their face, but they die nonetheless.
Okay, that's a little disturbing.
That's very disturbing. Yeah, that's my action. I really don't have anything else.
All right, Seymour.
Okay, so I will step out from underneath the stage, target the bee that's still hexed, and pew? No, that probably misses.
That just hits.
So 10 damage total.
10 damage. That is enough to kill that wasp. Its rider goes tumbling off. Roll me 2d6 damage.
Why did only... Oh, because I only hit it once. Damn it.
7 damage. It is very badly hurt, but it is still alive.
And it looks pretty clear out here, so I will stay out from under the stage and end my turn.
All right. Takes us to Badmay.
All right. I will move full 30 feet closer so I can actually see it. Dark vision for the win. And we'll try Ray of Frost.
That hits, and that is enough. It is starting to sort of stand and get ready to run as you blast it.
I catch it in the back of its right leg. The leg freezes to the ground and he collapses.
Yeah, he's trying to sort of rip it free, and you just hear this sort of sickening crack and break, and he falls to the ground. With that, you are out of combat. Everything falls a little still. You can still see there is some burning going on off to the side, but you can hear people organizing now and taking care of it. What would you all like to do?
First thing Max is going to do, he's going to look around, sort of assess who's been injured, who's dead, who's still around. He's going to look up at the stage. Presumably there's a bunch of VIPs still up here.
There's a couple of VIPs that are sort of squatted on the ground. There are guards that of the watch that and garrison that are, holding them and keeping them sort of safe. You do see sort of striding into this sort of center of town. You would recognize her right away, Maximilian, as do you, Haboob, and chirrup, as it is the elderly half-F Crucia, and she comes striding in. She's got sort of an unkempt kind of look, a really pissed off expression on her face as she is sort of using what appears to be an old javelin as a walking stick as she carries herself into town.
How did everything happen? How did everything go at the tea house? So I sort of walk out towards her. I'm the VIPs on stage are good, right?
Yep, they're fine.
Yeah. All right, so I'll go out to her and just be like, "What happened to the tea house?"
What the hell's my token for her? Oh, I don't have it on the map. Okay. Token 4 now. She will say, "There's been a bunch of those little bastards that overran, grabbed a whole bunch of things. Most people are okay. The fire's been contained. I don't know what set them off, but this is something we need to find out."
I hold up one of the arms of the Kobold XP. I believe this is the source.
They're rather strange kobolds, aren't they?
She looks at you and just says, "Yeah, you noticed. They look insect-like, don't they?" I am Crucia Cromwell, by the way. Thank you. It appears you've done excellent work here tonight.
Well, it's just lucky we happen to be in the crowd.
Do any of you speak Draconic? And she's looking at you directly, Maximilian.
Yeah, and Max will nod, and he'll
Seymour
sort of,
will nod.
yeah,
too.
he'll point to Seymour and just say in Draconic. His accent's atrocious, but I think he speaks it.
And she will nod and just say, "Well, we captured one of them alive. But we need someone to translate, so if one of you would be willing to do so, that would be of great assistance to us."
I'll need to be there.
Yeah, we can chat with the fellow.
Yeah, and you see your garrison leader is starting to organize things and looks at you, Maximilian, and just sort of nods and says, "Go find out what this is about." And
Yes, sir.
Crucia will introduce you to a few of the other, gathered people in town, one of whom is sort of a dwarven male, balding, looks rather severe of face, and you can see he's holding a constrained kobold and looks at you and just says, "The only thing I can understand is graveyard."
Before he brings him up, can I just kind of lean over and whisper in Max's ear, "Good cop, bad cop"?
Max will just kind of look down at Seymour and say, "Are you capable of playing the bad cop?"
I presume you'd be the bad cop. You're the tough one. Nobody
Have-
believe I'm the bad cop.
Have you ever met me?
Well,
Have
I mean, when you were dumped out my flask, so I have an idea.
I'll see what I can do. I'm mostly just there so that these people don't torture that kobold to death.
Well, we don't want that. All right, so they bring up the kobold, and Seymour will kind of slide in next to him and be like, buddy, it'd be real good if you, pal, just let us know what's going on. These people are awfully angry, and they're looking for blood. I think I can help you, but you have to tell us the honest dragon's truth.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Guidance, Molly.
Guidance.
Molly's nowhere near you. A little too late.
Boo. Fuck this guy. I'm gonna smack him.
He looks up at you and just cackles in Draconic and just says, "You have no idea what is coming. Your throats will break from your screams."
He's
Seymour,
being dramatic.
Seymour, you just said kobold as they go the house.
Accent isn't the same as grammar. It's more like, "Hey, Governor, I'm a big old dragon, ain't I?"
All right. I'll lean in and grab a nearby chair and throw my leg over it as I sit down. And I just say, "Listen, what's your name?"
"I'm Kurtle, named after Kurtlemak himself."
Karta. Listen,
Kurtle.
Kurtle. It's good to make your acquaintance. Listen,
You are a traitor to your kind. The
I'm
Queen
not-
of Chaos is coming, and she will judge you.
Tiamat is a very poor. It's a very poor role model. You should know this.
Is that who he's talking about?
Probably. Listen,
We are the claws of Tiamat.
I look.
Jorella saw her.
I'll
I
write
look
that down.
Yes. I look down at him and I say, yes, right now you're a prisoner, and these fine folks are almost certainly going to be swinging you from a yard arm. So I really need you to tell me where we might go if we wanted to dissuade the rest of your crew from making this mistake that you've made tonight. I will see what I can do, but these people have pretty efficient justice.
You can roll me an intimidation check.
All right. I was mostly going for persuasion, but intimidation.
Well, if you want to go for persuasion, go for that.
No, I've already rolled.
All right. It just tilts its head and just says, "Traitor, we were victorious tonight." And at this, Brother Keith will look at you and just say, "Do you need assistance?"
Can Kobold and Seymour get a little pissed off at this and slap him and say, all right, Rummy, jig's up. You're going to tell us what we want to know, and you're going to tell us now," as he gets into his face.
Well, while this display is happening, I'm going to lean over to Brother Keith and go,
Better.
yeah, there you go. You're not planning on torturing him, are you?
No, I'm doing like he was like.
Yeah, no, you're doing
it sounds completely off to your ears.
that. Yeah, no,
Seymour's trying to be tough.
Yeah, Brother
any more
Brother
than
Keith
he is.
looks at this, and the kobold, reacts for a bit, and then just kind of grins at you, Seymour. And you hear Crucia say, "Oh, if you're doing what I think you're doing," she just backs right away. And Brother Keith just says, "This will make him speak truthfully."
Oh.
And oh yeah, that is a failure. He looks at you and just says, "He will answer truthfully if he is willing."
Excellent.
But the
Colonel.
Kobold failed?
Kobold failed.
Kobold very failed. Colonel.
Seymour and Max, you can also give me charisma saving throws, please.
All right. 17, but I voluntarily fail because Max only tells the truth.
All right. Seymour, you succeed as well.
I'm also basically telling the truth, so.
Yeah.
So, Colonel, if I wanted to join the winning team and find out where the party was, where's the party?
The Hive.
The Hive. I mean,
The
you had
Hive.
wasps out there. That sounds good. You Yes, grow these wasps pretty big out there if they're able to carry an entire kobold. Here, would
The
you like some tea?
waters provide
The waters
strength and growth.
Absolutely. The waters do provide strength and growth, especially the really good waters. Where were those again?
Seymour is furiously writing down this exchange between Max and the Kobold for later.
It springs from the mill up the river.
The mill?
Seymour, you notice Crucia kind of start in surprise at this with your passive perception. At the mention of mill, yeah.
And that's Crucia. Where's Crucia? Crucia is the tavern owner, right?
The half-elf, yeah.
Okay.
Who didn't seem to speak Draconic as far as you knew.
Oh.
Yeah.
As Max continues to talk, I'll continue to write down, but I will start sidling over past Bad Bay towards Crucia, and when there's a moment where there's, I'm not writing, I'll ask, so what's the mill? To Crucia.
Yeah, she looks at you and just says, later.
All right, and I will continue to...
and you don't write that down.
Seymour will flip over his pencil and erase a part in his notebook.
All right.
This is very interesting information, Colonel. How did you even find out about this?
Chirella led us there.
Chirella led you there. Fantastic.
We could see the queen.
Oh, can I keep half an eye on the tavern owner's face just to see how she reacts as he speaks?
Sure.
Chirella, fantastic. I'd really like to meet this Chirella person. Sounds like they're extremely convincing.
She's gone. Our distraction allowed her to get what she needed tonight.
Fantastic. What was that again?
I don't know. Something from the crypt.
Fascinating.
Do Brother Keel doesn't speak Draconic, but does the tavern owner, does she react to that, the crypt part?
Not that you saw.
Oh, okay.
Fascinating. And I will just sort of look over at Brother Keith and I'll say, in common, what's the crypt? Where's the crypt?
He lets you know that he looks after the graveyard in the area. And he, is the keeper of the dead here, and will just ask him if it's Zandria's crypt.
All right. And I'll look over and I'll say, well, you sure took whatever out of Zandria's crypt, right?
And it will say, that is where Jirella and her claws went. We were just a distraction.
All right, and Max will nod and just sort of steal a glance at Brother Keith so that he knows.
You actually see him make a fist yes. And he just looks really pleased with himself.
Okay, one scaly eyebrow will raise at that, and he'll sort of note that he needs to ask him about that later. And so you're all off to the mill then. It's fascinating. If I were to want to change my ways and go join the winning team, as it were, are there any passwords that would get me into the mill to go see your leader?
Oh, good question.
Just shakes his head.
No, then how do they not? It's the scales, isn't it?
We are the claws of Tiamat.
Mm.
We are the chosen. You cannot stop what is coming. Any more than you can stop the wind blowing.
I think that we're going to have to agree to disagree on that. But thank
I'll remind the Kobold the wind hasn't blown in days.
They seem unconcerned with that. Your throats will break from screaming.
Yes, well, my throat does a lot more than scream, so perhaps we can end this amicably and not in violence.
It's no response to that. It just looks very pleased with itself.
All right. Max will just sort of throw his leg back over the chair as he stands up and just sort of look over at Brother Keith and just ask, anything else?
The kobold immediately blurts out, "That's so cool."
Thank you. I call it the justice maneuver. No.
And with that, Brother Keith will pass the kobold off to one of the local militia and just tell them to keep it overnight. And while this has been going on, Badme, as you've been looking at this kobold, you can see that it clearly has antenna, multifaceted eyes, and parts of it have like a chitin-covered body. Give me an Arcana or a Nature check, please.
I'll go with the intelligence-based one. Hey.
Yeah, you're not sure what could have caused such a thing, but it is clearly some sort of odd mutation for sure.
Well, I'm sure when I get the full story, I'll assume it's something to do with those waters, but I'm not sure how it's being performed.
And Haboob and Chirrup, give me sleight of hand checks as you have been helping yourselves to the bodies around here.
Oh, bullshit, do-over.
Yeah, you both, there are other townsfolk and other guard that are also helping collect bodies, but they do not notice that you have pilfered, a couple of rings, a necklace here and there, a little bit of coin. You pick up, Haboob, about 11 gold worth of silver jewelry and a variety of coinage.
Woohoo.
And Chirrup, you pick up about 18 gold worth of items and jewelry, but you also managed to find a potion of healing on one of the dead, presumably churchgoers.
Nice.
And Brother Keith is immediately excited to talk to you, Maximilian. He just says, "Can you get your allies over here? I was right. I was right."
Okay. Okay, Brother Keith. I'm kind of just sort of met half of these people, but yeah, I guess they could be good in a fight.
But I assume they're adventurers, and I need some assistance. And if they're for hire, I can pay.
All right. Well, that sounds good to me. Pardon me. Hello. The call has gone out for adventurers. Also, this guy's paying.
So what's the mill? I say to oh fuck, I forgot her name again.
Krusha. She will just say, "Come see me with your friends in the morning. We have much to discuss."
I will tap the side of my nose. Gotcha.
Excellent. You, lady who was trying to form a union the other week. Take your Birdman friend who is also pilfering the bodies and get over here. You're probably going to want in on this.
Wait, I know. Now I recognize you. You were with that union busting crew, weren't you?
You!
Yes, it is I, Maximilian T. Justice, keeper
It's the
of
onion on his belt.
keeper of the law. Have you seen my belt buckle?
You scab.
I think they're scales, Molly.
No,
Yes.
no. It's a
Scales, not scabs.
A scab. He was brought. His god stands for justice, but they align themselves with the lords and the oligarchs that steal bread from our mouths.
Now, the rightful rulers of this land have plenty of bread crusts for all of the poor. Most of the time.
There is no rightful ruler. The king is long gone and dead.
And a new one shall emerge. We're just waiting until that happens.
With a hope like that, you're gonna end up with someone like my father.
Oh, your father, from what I understand, is quite the quite. Was he a businessman?
He is a big time owner, but he does. I didn't put it into the chat. I should have. He's a big time owner of a orchard. He's a lord, one of the lords of the Vale, and kind of a piece of shit. And he employs a group called the Game Wardens, which are a bunch of toughs that do the things that are less than savory that he has to have done.
Now, the rightful king. The rightful king will be a man, or possibly the queen will be a woman of great wisdom. You have to have faith in it.
It's been how many years?
200, but we're still waiting. Anyways.
Patience is a virtue, Molly.
Anyways, Brother Keefe, these fine people will handle themselves very well in that fight, and if the good captain would spare me, I would certainly like to avenge this wrong against the fine people of this town.
Captain Serrana, is still organizing, just looks and just says, yes, if you need to deputize them, do it. Use your language skills and your other skills to make this work.
That laugh was out of character, sorry.
Right.
And so this dwarven male, balding, introduces himself again as Brother Keefe. I'm a priest of Kelimvor and a keeper of the dead at Valhingen Graveyard in Brindle. I am charged with seeing to the internment of bodies and keeping the records. I am the overseer of all the permanent residents in Valhingen and the other smaller graveyards across the Iron Route. I am also in charge of disinterment at some of the older graveyards, and it is because of this I believe I will need your assistance this evening. Evidence was brought forward in the recent past to the clerics that one of the long-standing residents of the cemetery here, Zandria Weltron, was not in fact human, but a polymorphed green dragon. I have to now enter the crypt and inspect the body to confirm or disprove these claims. I thought this showed merit from the research I did, but the other priests laughed at me, and I used this ceremony tonight as an excuse to get here, but clearly I was right. But sadly, this this crypt may already have been the place that these invaders really wanted to go. So I am really but a priest. So if I could hire you to check out this crypt after I examine the body, I can offer 100 gold from the church's coffers. And if there is any trouble, he reaches into his bag and pulls out a scroll and says, I have a scroll that can protect from evil if needed as well.
Ah, excellent. And Max will take the scroll and just sort of look it over. And I don't think I can cast spells from a scroll, can I?
No, but Molly could.
Well, if the spells are on your spell list, you can.
I don't have a spell list yet, so I can't. And I will go, Ms. Goldman, I
Yes?
trust if you're going to be joining us on this expedition, that you will take good care of this. After all, you do believe in helping your fellow man, yes?
Absolutely. Even if it's you.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right, to keep things moving, Brother Keefe takes you all to the graveyard. Through this time, you can get the benefits of a short rest. So make sure you guys do
Yay.
that.
All right.
I get one
And-
spell slot back.
Yeah, and the Cryptoxandria
So
is a
do
nicely
I.
appointed stone and marble building, roughly 20 feet square. Brother Keefe produces a key to unlock it, but then sees the door is actually slightly ajar and pushes it open. The interior is equally fine. The walls are carved and painted with various scenes showing a lovely human woman in different locales. In one looking toward a snow-covered peak, another standing in the rain of a thunderstorm, sitting in a comfortable room by a roaring fire, holding a venomous snake in a garden, working with bubbling vials in a laboratory, and many others. The lid of the marble sarcophagus in the center is carved with the likeness of the same beautiful human woman in the prime of her life you see in the scenes carved and painted into the walls. So Keefe will come inside and usher you all forward. Is anybody but Maximilian going to go in?
Can I
Oh,
roll
yep.
for perception to see if it's safe to go in?
Sure, what are you looking for?
Anything that's gonna hurt me. I really don't care about the others.
What do you want to look at?
Sorry, I'm just trying to take a look. I'm standing outside. Yeah, a floor. Anything that seems like trapdoors or something that may pop out of the floor.
Sure, give me an investigation check as you enter the doorway. All right. You notice, as you are looking around, there are some scrape marks on the floor around the sarcophagus, and that 5 of the carvings on the walls have a small indentation in them. As you are doing this, Brother Keefe pulls out what appears to be a gilted crowbar and just kind of shakes his head and says, "Official Kalimvor crowbar," and opens up the lid of the sarcophagus and lighting up the room with just sort of a snap of his fingers, you see inside that there are a jumbled pile of bones, and looking them over even briefly shows that they are definitely not human. Many of them appear to be quite draconic in nature. It is also readily apparent that at least half the bones that should be there are missing, he says. And Seymour, you notice that resting among the bones are 5 tiny gems: a red ruby, a green emerald, a black opal, a white diamond, and a blue sapphire.
That's in the.
That is in the sarcophagus itself after the lid has been pried open.
Well, we will set those to the side because we're not going to steal them.
Speak for
Just
yourself.
put them to the
Yeah.
side of the coffin.
Says you.
Speak for
And
yourself.
a few minutes after this lid has been removed and the sarcophagus's contents examined, you hear this scraping sound echo through the crypt. The outside doors close and seal, and a hissing sound makes you aware that some kind of gas is entering the crypt.
Ah, crap.
It does not smell pleasant.
I hold my breath.
Let's roll some initiative, please.
Damn it.
All right. So you have opened up this crypt. There's a mixture of bones and what appear to be 5 tiny gems. Seymour, you recognize they're all about the same size and shape. And with your perception check, Haboob, you would think that they may, fit or slide into something.
Do they seem like the same or similar size as the indentations that I've seen on the walls?
Yes.
I use my action to tell everyone to grab. How many stones are there?
5.
I tell everyone to pick a stone and fit it into the indentations, and I pointed towards the indentations that I see on the wall. So
All right. So the indentations on the wall, you see there is one on top of the snow-covered mountain, one at the point of a lightning strike in the thunderstorm, the roaring fire of the comfortable room, the fang of a poisonous snake, and the bubbling vial of acid. So, Haboob, you have said that. What would you like to do as your action?
I've said that I relayed the info, so I'm going to step forward towards the sarcophagus and grab one of the stones.
Which one? There's the white diamond, blue sapphire, the red ruby, green emerald, black opal.
My eyes go towards the black opal. I pick up the black one.
All right.
That's a lot of page turnings for a black opal.
So you've picked up the black opal. So there are the 5 indentations. There's the one on top of the snow-covered mountain, a lightning strike in the thunderstorm, the roaring fire in the comfortable-looking room, the fang of a poisonous snake, and the last indentation is on a bubbling vial of acid.
Does it show what the color of the acid is, the bubbling acid?
Place the black one in the acid.
Give me a perception check, please. Yeah, the black one appears like it would fit inside the acid vial.
I put it in the acid vial.
All right, yeah, it clicks in easily enough. Chirrup.
Going for the blue one.
And where do you want to put it?
There's the mountain, the acid, which is used up now, a fire, and like lightning.
Yep, there's the snow-covered mountain, a lightning strike in a thunderstorm, a roaring fire, and a poisonous snake.
Oh, the snake, and then the acid was already done. So I don't think this. I feel like the lightning one.
All right, you click it into the lightning one. It snaps into place.
Perfect. Okay.
Molly. So there is a white diamond, a red ruby, and a green emerald left in the sarcophagus.
Okay, and we have to take these and put them in the appropriate spot, right?
Yes.
Okay, so What are the type of spots again?
There's a snow-covered mountain, a roaring fire, and the fang of a poisonous snake.
Okay, and okay, so there's a mountain, there's an acid, and then there's fire.
Nope. There's a poisonous snake, a roaring fire, and a snow-covered mountain are left.
All right,
And there is white diamond, red ruby, green emerald.
I'm going to put the red ruby with the fire.
All right, yeah. It clicks in. That takes us to Seymour.
I will reach in and pick out the emerald. And do I think that that's going to be right for the snake? I think Ian thinks it is, but the Seymour.
Well, there's the poisonous snake or the snow-covered mountain.
Oh, it's got to be the mountain, right? This nice green, bright gem as I place it into the snake.
All right. That leaves the white diamond, Badme.
Put the white diamonds signifying white dragons in their typical stylized terrain.
And as you click it on the top of this snow-covered mountain, you hear a click, and the gas that is starting to seep in sort of dissipates in a whoosh, and the crypt door pops open and the sarcophagus slides off to the side, revealing a stairway down into pure darkness.
Ah.
Is this dark visionable darkness, or?
Yes. And you can look down and you see the stairs descend for about 20 feet.
I look over at Brother Keith. Is this a common feature?
He just looks up at you and says, "No. This is even better, greater than I expected."
Seymour's writing all this down.
Yeah, Chirp just
Do
kind
you
of comes
need
up
me to
behind
cast
Haboob.
light on one of your weapons?
Max will hold up his shield.
No, go ahead. You can. Go for it.
Yeah.
I was going to have it done on my pen because I'm trying to write, but that works too.
I just kind of push Haboob forward down the stairs.
Now that's mean.
I don't shove him. I just kind of put my hand on the small and just kind of like gently push him forward.
You just
Like,
said
come
you
on.
pushed him down the stairs.
I'm still pushing him forward, but I'm not like giving him like a shove to like make him fall.
You're forcibly guiding him to move down
Yes.
the stairs.
It's
I
still
look
a
and
push. It's not a violent one.
I mean,
No, I heard push down the stairs. This is
I
like
look at
like kick that
Maximilian. I
doll.
look at Maximilian, and I go, "Oh, go get me a lawyer. Whiplash. She pushed me too hard."
We'll deal with the legalities of this possibly later. Okay, Brother Keith. Looks like everyone is going down. Take this back to the garrison. Inform them that this is here, and inform them. Inform your order that you were right, and good job. Take one of these bones for proof. And I think we need to examine what's down here.
All right, so Haboob, are you going to allow yourself to be moved down the stairs?
I do. I take very careful steps forward.
All right, and it is very dusty. Seymour, with your passive perception, though, you do notice there are at least a couple of pair of footprints in the dust.
I will point that out before Haboob goes down. Just watch, there's footprints. There might be someone still down there.
All right, so what is your marching order besides Haboob? Who else is... you can go side by side into these stairs. They're 10 feet wide, so Haboob is...
I think Max would go up front because armor class would be light.
Okay, so who's behind Haboob?
Oh, we're going. Okay, so then I'm actually gonna go further back. I'm like
Okay.
back of the.
I guess Chirrup is behind Haboob, pushing him down,
Yep.
Steph's
nudging
AFK.
him.
Steph's AFK, so just put her into a random spot.
Okay.
Batman would like the back row.
All right. Sounds good.
Push, push, push. Now, watch your steps.
Whiplash, whiplash.
Now, Badmay, you
Yes?
seem to be good with potions and stuff. I saw your stall. Have you ever made inks? I
I
had this idea for colored
could.
pictures in my paper.
That's
All right.
not a new technology. That's been known for a while.
Has it? In the Forgotten Realms, there's only like 3 papers when I looked it up. So I was assuming
Well,
I was the first in
it-
our adventure.
It's more colored pigments have been known for millennia
Oh,
on
you
our
don't-
planet.
Oh,
So,
yes. Oh, you don't.
so I
understand
assume
that
colored
story.
dyes and pigments that would be easy enough to make a different colored ink.
No.
I
What you
meant
see- what you-
spray in a press, in a magnificent printing press, so we can transfer colored pictures onto paper quickly and easily.
Your
No, what you-
voice echoes through this underground chamber as you ask these questions going down this steep staircase.
We'll deal with it later.
Absolutely.
And at the bottom of the stairs, Haboob and Maximilian, you can see that it ends in a wide, 15-foot wide passage, worked stone walls, and it curves around and slightly downwards to the right.
Okay.
You know, it is very dusty. There are cobwebs in here. It is dry and very quiet as Seymour's voice sort of trails off.
Let's be cautious, people. Let's look for traps and other horrible surprises, and let's see what these kobolds wanted with this place.
This tabaxi agrees. And Haboob gestures to Maximilian that he's going to start checking for traps. And if it's clear, I'm going to indicate just take those steps behind me.
All right.
Hold on.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Guidance. Crap.
Appears clear. You see there are footprints in the dust in the light of Maximilian's shield that just appear to be walking straight around the corner.
Okay, so we follow those steps I indicate. I indicate, Jester, do you want me to take the first steps here?
I will wave you forward.
Okay.
You appear to be an expert at this.
Metagaming at a 9? I think so.
And we will channel these abilities of yours in a positive and constructive direction.
Yeah. And the ground continues to curve and run in a downward slope as you make this corner, Haboob. And you can see after about 25 feet, it curves again down to the right.
I indicate a gesture that it's clear, but it's now curving to the right.
Just.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to have a good listen, and that was a good roll. So what do I hear?
Sounds very, very quiet. You hear the occasional sort of whisper of a breeze from above as the door is open, but no sound other than that.
Are there any loose stones or rubbles near me?
There's a couple straight ahead in front of you, yeah.
I grab a handful and I toss it as far as I can down this hallway.
Yeah, it clatters across the stone. there's a swirl of sort of dust, but no other effects.
Okay.
The sound echoes for a few seconds and then dies away.
Okay, seems clear. And I'm gonna do another. I would like to keep checking for traps and keep moving forward.
Sure.
Investigation.
Yep.
Yeesh. Yes.
Yeah, no sign of any traps. The footprints have now been disturbed from the rocks that you threw, but you can see they were going straight ahead and curving around as well.
Okay, I'm gesturing that I'm moving forward, and it's clear.
Yeah. Hallway continues to arc around and downwards. With the light from Maximilian's shield, you can see after another 40 feet, it appears to continue circling around to the right.
What about footprints? Are there still any footprints in the dirt?
Yeah, up ahead, you can see the footprints are still in the dirt because your stones only disturb the ones up to where you are.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow step by step those same footprints. I'm not gonna do an investigation. I'm gambling on this, but I'm gonna follow those footsteps right till the end of the hallway.
All right. Yeah, you can follow them all the way to the end of the hallway.
As we're walking, is there any more frescoes, paintings, writings, or is it all just blank stone?
Blank stone so far.
All right.
Okay. Same verse, same as the first.
Yes,
continue.
yep. Continues around, curves around. Now, at this point, you see it does open up into a chamber.
Ooh.
And as Maximilian comes along with the light, you can see you see a couple of odd humanoid skeletons topped with draconic skulls standing at attention holding swords, lined up against the far wall.
Okay. I am going to concentrate very, very hard, and I am going to imagine what undead might feel like. Do I feel any undead within 60 feet of me?
You do not currently.
Okay, I don't think they're undead.
Wait, what are we talking about?
There's something down at the hallway. I don't know if you see it from your angle. There's
I'll
a couple
poke
of
my head
stones.
around the corner. And
Yeah,
you said I heard you said they were skeletons, right?
They are skeletons topped with draconic skulls, all sort of standing at attention holding swords.
That my investigation check is looking at them specifically.
Yeah, that's all you can make out from that distance in this light.
Well,
Okay,
poo.
I'm gonna grab a couple of stones that Maximilian is near, and toss it at the skeletons. I mean, sorry, not toss. Throw it. It's gonna be a pitch ball throw.
I'm gonna just get. Okay, now you can go.
Okay. Yeah, now I throw it.
No effect. The stones sort of bounce off the skeleton and it rings off one of the shields, and there's a loud sort of ding that hangs in the air, but no effect.
Perhaps I know I was loud walking in with my questions, but perhaps we should be a little quieter? Just in case?
Seymour is saying that it is very strange to play cautious.
You just met Seymour. This is a new Seymour.
I like the new name that's on the screen right now, Max Haboob of Red Sands. I like that name. So
You mean not Seymour Ollie Goldman Adme?
sorry, I'm just gonna take a step forward. Couple of steps forward.
And at this point, you can see at the back of the chamber, there is a large throne-like chair, currently empty, on what appears to be a mahogany raised platform. And there are 3 more of these skeletons standing at attention on this side of the wall.
I raise my hand back and I signal everyone, wait. And I start describing what I see. A few more skeletons and that was a throne, right?
Throne-like chair.
Throne-like chair. There's a throne-like chair there. Yeah, this Spexy does not like this setting. I sneak over to the wall that's near Max. If anybody wants a look. Um, can I no, I'm not gonna get much from this distance. Anybody make heads or tails of what this is?
Besides the throne and the bodies?
Skeleton bodies, yeah.
I'm gonna. There's no traps in this room, right?
I have not conducted that investigation.
I just checked, but that's
Yeah.
probably shit.
No traps that you can find, in the areas around yourself on the floor.
Have they have they gone up to our friends gone up to this thing and perhaps removed something from that throne?
Haboob, checking around the floor, you notice with that investigation there is a gap between the floor and the wall behind you. Just a
Ooh.
slight gap, and as you trace it and follow it with a claw, you can make out that there is, in fact, what appears to be a secret door on the back wall here.
Oh, hello.
That is very good. And which way did the footprints go? Did they go towards the south, or did they make a detour into here?
It looks like they made a detour, stopped about there, and then turned back.
But there's no footprints in that 10 feet in front of the throne.
Correct.
Oh.
I
I will point
gestured
that out.
I gestured to the others that seems to be some kind of passage through here.
Can you open it?
Can I open it?
Opens easily enough.
Huh.
Opens into a small hallway with another door opening. You recognize from the curve of the passageway it's going upwards. You think it might lead back into the chamber you arrived in.
Okay, so it spirals down and then it's coming back up, and eventually it'll. Or is that the secret passage?
That's the secret passage.
Okay, so the secret passage goes back upstairs.
I couldn't have gone based on the layout of down here and the tomb before. It has to go back up to the tomb, right?
It goes up to, if you even just poke your head in, it takes you right back to like the bottom of the stairs, that first room.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I wonder why we didn't see it.
You weren't looking for secret doors and your rolls were shit?
Ah, excellent.
Very succinct.
Aha! Mystery solved.
Yeah. Habu only found it because he was literally right next to it when he was checking the floor for traps. Because you weren't specifically checking the walls for any secret doors. He just noticed along the edge of that floor was a passage.
And if we move where Bad Bang is, or where I'm standing, they're just normal skeletons, like dressed like kobolds, or are they?
They are humanoid-sized skeletons, not kobolds, actual like draconic. They look very much like a dragonborn skull.
Maximilian, friend of yours?
So yeah, these are full-sized humanoids. They range in between anywhere from 5.5 to 6 feet tall, but they've got a dragon skeleton instead of a human skull. But it looks like it's been added after the fact.
Probably not. And I note that there are 5 of them.
Oh, they stopped they stopped right here. So maybe they took this one?
They could have, but if these were worshippers of Tiamat,
One foot each head?
5 is a very significant number, yes. Does it look Seymour, does it look to you as if there might have been something in that gap?
I will.
Look purposeful.
Give me a
I will
perception check.
check.
Nope.
Doesn't look like they grabbed anything. Does it look like anything's been disturbed if they stopped like right there?
Not that you can tell. The dust hasn't been disturbed. It doesn't look like any of these skeletons were disturbed. It clearly looks like they stopped, maybe, looked around, but didn't, fully investigate anything, just kind of took a gander and then kept moving.
And none of these pieces of armor, none of these weapons look like anything more than just decoration.
They're the real deal, but they are old and in not excellent condition.
Right, okay, not worth looting, basically. Okay. So, I'll look around and say, well, perhaps there might be something around that throne, but I'd like to know what's further down. Let us continue.
I mean, I could feel around behind the throne where we can't see, but other than that...
Oh, I'm getting my crossbow ready. Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to, but I'm saying that is an option.
Yes, let's...
Do you have your light, Max?
I hold up my shield, which is...
Yeah, his shield is glowing brightly.
All right, and then Seymour will pull out the small mirror from his shaving kit and mage hand it to about here and have Max point the light at it so we can look into the shaving mirror behind the throne.
With your passive perception, you don't notice anything behind the throne, but the side of the throne, you notice glinting in the reflected light what appears to be a small hinged panel at the bottom of it.
Okay. I guess I'll take the hit for this one then. I will step forward.
Shortbow ready?
Max, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now go.
All right, good. Need to make sure of that. Step forward. I have very glistening scales. Step forward.
And Seymour's just got his head kind of popping
and you can see with the light, and you know where you're looking now. Yeah, there is a little hinged panel on the bottom side of this throne that it looks like you could just sort of pry upwards.
Okay, and I will put my shield up in front of it and pry it out.
All right. You hear a little and you feel a dart strike you. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
21.
I can't deflect it with my mirror, can I?
No.
I had my shield up.
Yeah, you managed to avoid it sticking directly into you. And, however many decades ago, this might have been a strong poison, but it just kind of stings and is irritating.
All right,
Can
I kind of wipe it off.
I was going to say, can I mage that hand out? Oh, no, I'm doing the mirror right now. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry.
I kind of wipe the little spot of blood off, and I go, okay, next time I'll let the security contractors back there deal with secret doors.
Maybe pass that on to Padme?
I'll do that in a second, and I will lean around and look to see what's inside the lovely hidden compartment.
You see there is a small tourmaline gem you can easily sort of recognize. It's a pretty good size, so you think it's probably worth something pretty good. And what appears to be a scroll tube.
All right. I will. I will point. I will grab the mirror out of the air, and I will point Seymour towards the goods, and I'll say, "Have at it." As I step back.
Yeah, and you're easily able to take out this gem and this scroll case, Seymour.
All right, so we'll pull them both forward, pass off the gem into the party loot. I assume we have a sack or something. And let's open up the scroll case and see what's in it.
Yeah, and I mean, this gem is, sort of multicolored. It's mostly black, but it has a little hint of almost sort of pink and gold in it as well. The scroll is a... who has... someone can give me an Arcana check.
Do you have to be trained in Arcana to use Arcana?
I will do it. I have a +5.
I made a pact with someone so I didn't have to learn Arcana.
You recognize, Badme, this is probably a scroll of comprehend languages.
Ooh.
extremely useful. Also, here, have a poison dart. It's old. You might-
I will very carefully take it from the non-pointy end and place it in my kit.
Excellent. Let's continue.
And the floor curves and continues moving downwards again. And with the light on your shield, Maximilian, you can see this chamber has been set up as a small laboratory. Tables around the room are covered in beakers, vials, tomes, cauldrons, and pots full of alchemical agents.
Doctor, what happened? Your tail just went straight.
In the middle of the central table is a note next to a blue clay pot, and the note, written in Draconic, says, Raxil, I have figured out how to complete the process. When you are ready, simply pour the contents of this blue pot into the cauldron and stir. The effect should be instantaneous. Do not drink the resulting potion. At least that's what you'll read when you walk up to it, Maximilian.
Okay. So the name was Raxil.
Raaxil.
Okay. First thing I will do is I will point at this and go, do not drink.
Yes, I can see that. It says it right there on the note.
For anyone who's interested in experimentation, do not drink.
Don't touch it. Maybe let someone with some experience. I don't want to touch it.
Can I look it over and try and gain any sort of insight into what this is and what it might perform?
Absolutely. Give me an Arcana check.
And while he's doing that...
Before I do so, can I turn to our friendly cleric and ask for some guidance?
Absolutely. Guidance.
And while he's doing that, is this paperwork or books down here? I will start leafing through that and taking a look.
All right. With that, and because Seymour, you speak Draconic, with that 24, between the two of you, you can make out that the books and alchemical agents are all tied towards necromantic magic, specifically targeted towards dragons. It is extremely advanced, though, and beyond your current expertise, Badme.
The Draconomicon es Mortes. What does that mean?
Nothing good.
The Book of the Scaly Dead?
Book
I thought it was the Dragon Book of the Dead, but anyway, we'll put that into the party loot, I assume. Who's doing party loot? Because usually Brendan does it, I think. Nobody. Okay, so we
I'll
had
do
the.
it.
Okay, you're gonna do it. Perfect.
Yeah, what's the other thing we found?
Tourmaline gem and a scroll of comprehend language and a bunch of books on draconic necromancy. Oh, and a potion that says do not drink.
The potion is not completed yet. They've the note says to pour the contents of the blue pot into the cauldron and stir. The effect should be instantaneous, but do not drink the resulting potion.
Well, we don't know what it does yet until we read these books that Seymour holds up and shows everyone. So maybe we shouldn't mix them? What's in the... Oh, wait. I'm going to carefully... I will look in front of me as I walk to make sure there's no pressure plates or tripwire.
None that you can see?
Yeah, of course not. And I am going to... I'm not going to move anything by this desk, but I'm going to... That's the cauldron, right?
Yes.
I'm going to... Oh, I'll use the mirror and the mage hand to look into the cauldron.
You can see there are what appear to be a variety of dried herbs and fungus that are in there.
And I smell bergamot as well. All right, well, I can't do anything with that. I'll look for any papers that might be on the desk, and I will step back, because I am not going to fitz or futz with any of these things that might go kaboom boom.
All right.
And I'll start, while they're searching the rest of the room, I will just look through these books.
This lab setup, does it also look old, or does it look a lot more recent?
It looks old.
Okay, So
The
whatever.
note looks recent, though.
Okay. And in the blue pot, is there a liquid? Is there just like the dried remnants of something?
It sloshes when you jiggle it.
Okay.
I said I moved the mirror where he can look into it without having to touch it.
Can I see into the pot or?
The blue pot has a lid on it, but it's easy enough. You can open it up, and it is this thick, viscous black liquid.
Okay. I'm just going to put this lid back on here, and let's not mess around with science we don't know.
Yeah, this is all bad maze stuff.
Bad might is guidance to the hilt.
Oh, is this
Caution
broken
is-
shit on the ground here? Oh, sorry, Lord. Sorry.
Caution is a very good idea. I fear that this has something to do with undead dragons, given the title of the book.
Probably. Let's keep going. I want to make sure that I want to know what they took from this place.
Is this something broken on the floor, or is that just fluff for the fun of the map?
Just fluff.
All right, well, I have a retort to that, as I pick up a retort off the bench and put it down, and continue
Aha.
on.
And as you move down around this next corridor, Maximilian, you can see lights actually sort of lightly flickering and glowing off of the walls ahead of you.
Tabaxi friend, what is your name?
I am Haboob. This Tabaxi is Haboob of Red Sands.
Haboob of Red Sands. Let us proceed with caution. There are lights down there.
Now, that's the name your parents picked, eh? Yeah, that could be rough. My parents didn't even spell my name right.
Initially, my parents named me Tim, but because of one mistake, now I am Haboob of the Red Sands. Yeah, I'm going canonically with that one.
I like that. That's good.
Are there any footprints in front of me?
Yes, the footprints continue straight ahead.
I see something shining.
Yeah, you see on the wall ahead of you what appears to be a lightly glowing glyph or gem of some sort.
I follow the footsteps if they lead right towards that shiny thing.
They do. They head right into the room and then appear to turn left. As you reach this glyph, you can see there are other ones on the walls, and the chamber's walls are painted to look like the inside of a dragon's lair. The scenes depict piles of treasure, robed acolytes bowing in supplication, bound prisoners being served up as a meal, and as you get near this glyph, Haboob, it flashes and you see words appear across the air in front of all of you, and as it does so, this image of a woman with long, lank, black hair that then sort of morphs into a male green dragon, and then looks up at you and begins speaking in a deep voice.
Breathe, dragons.
And find out next week what we'll hear.
For
I see something over here, and I really need to go there.
And platinum, molding
Way to ruin the moment, guys. Thank you.
All right, everyone be quiet. Kick it off, Patrick.
Sing of the first world, forged out of chaos and painted with beauty. Sing of behemoth and platinum, molding the shape of the mountains and rivers. Sing too of chromatic Tiamat, painting all over the infinite canvas. Partnered they woke in the darkness, partnered they labored in acts of creation. Breathe, dragons. Sing then of Sadio, ruby red jewel they made in their likeness. Sadia, firstborn of dragonkind, labored alongside Behemoth and Tiamat, shaping the dragons they crafted. Dragons metallic, dragons chromatic. Breathe, dragons. Draw in the life gift, breathed into you at the dawn of creation. Breathe, dragons. Sing of the outsiders, Warbringer gods with their mortal adherents. Teeming they came to the first world, seeking a home for their legions of followers. Mighty in magic and number, conquering deities seized at their victory. Fallen was their noble Behemoth, Sadia hid in the heart of creation. Breathe, dragons, sing now of Tiamat, raging in battle with no hope of victory. She would not flee nor surrender, fighting as death reached its cold claws toward her. Warbringers seized her and bound her, snatched her from death, entombed her in torment, sealed in the darkness forever, captive to gods laying claim to creation. Breathe, dragons, sing of the conquest, seeding the world with their legions of followers, each to their own habitation, elves in their forests and dwarves in their mountains, orcs in their caverns and canyons, goblins in badlands and halflings in green fields, lizard folk lurking in marshes, humans throughout every part of creation. Breathe, dragons. Sing of Bahamut, maker of peace with the outsider deities. Welcome to the mountains of Celestial, worshipped by some as the Platinum Paladin. Sing of his journey of seeking, striving to understand gods and their children, longing for Tiamat's freedom, grieving her loss from the face of creation. Breathe, dragons. Sing of her freedom, Tiamat loosed from her prison of torment. Tell how she rallied her children, dragons chromatic, a spectrum of mayhem. Sing of her fury, her vengeance, lightning and venom, ice, fire, and corrosion. Five-headed monstrous and mighty, rampaging on the campaign of destruction. Breathe, dragons. Sing of the first world, scattered in infinite seedling realities. Sing of Bahamut and Tiamat, watching its sundering, mourning their labor. Sing too of Sadia, sundered, consciousness scattered in the minuscule fragments. Breathe, dragons. You are inheritors, ruling the wreck of the first world's destruction.
Fantastic.
That is where we will end it for the
Wow.
night.
Bravo.
Thank you to Flint Fireforge for that reading.
Bravo.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's not
That-
what I learned in school.
Come on, Bahamut was kind of the, the guy.
That's from Fizbin's.
Yes, that is the elegy for the first world
Wow.
from Fizbin's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So yeah.
Mhm.
I see a pile of gold, and next session I'm gonna jump into that. If it is a pile of gold.
No. All right. Thank you all for watching, and thank you, Gold Public, for chatting. We will catch you next week, same time. See you later. Bye-bye.